Going all the way back to the 70s, we've got a cool grouping for you of some electronic pieces, different sizes, different types, different manufacturers. I'm going to show you the scale here in just a moment. If we can get a good shot of that. Yeah, there we go. So, as you can see, these are all roughly handheld size. And you're going to get all four. Now, we haven't had an opportunity to test them yet. We've just opened them, looked inside a little bit. They've obviously been used, obviously been played with at some point. And electronics like this, we don't know if they're going to hold up over the years. So it's very cool. You know, back in the day, Johnny would have taken this out, played with it. They are handheld games, so they've been held in your hand. There's no need for a box. So the fact that these have their boxes at all is very, very cool. You have the Pac-Ri Monster, you have the Comp 4 from Milton Bradley, the Minivid Amigo piece right there, and finally the Merlin. I'm going to show you each one, so let's jump on into it. First thing first is from Milton Bradley. You have the Comp IV, or 4 as it might be pronounced. These were the, if you remember Jurassic Park, these were the ones that spit. Were those the Comp IVs? Oh no, those were Comp Es. This is the Comp 4. This is a very cool little computer right here from Milton Bradley. You could do some stuff, and I'll take it out in a moment, but I first want to show you all the way around the box. So let's get some shots right here, if we can. Very nice all the way around. So you can see this box is held up exceptionally well. We expect this to just be absolutely destroyed, but no, here it is, sitting in the original box. And what I'm going to do is I'll show you the bottom. If for some reason you need to see it, I don't think you do, but I'm not in charge of you. You're in charge of you. And if you decide, man, that's an $80,000 one, if only the box is in great condition on the bottom, well then who am I to stop you? Again, we showed this. This is not holding up exceptionally well because it doesn't want to close, but it is still there. Oftentimes the flap just gets ripped right off. But what's cool, and I'm going to move it back so you don't think we're trying to hide anything on this edge, because we're going to take pictures for the catalog. And I know somebody out there is going to say, hey, why in the catalog was that not visible? So here we go. We did put a battery in it just so we could see, does it do anything? And I don't remember if it does. So I'm going to show you everything. Now this is a very cool piece. This was designed using the bare minimum of, look at this, you're even getting a free Faber-Castell pencil with this. We took the battery compartment door off so that we could put in this battery to test it. Now we don't ship with batteries for a number of reasons, especially overseas. So let's see what happens. Does it do anything? I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, we've hit the on. So I'm not seeing anything right there. I do believe it worked earlier, so it's possible we just let it run dry. You're going to get the booklet with it, which is kind of cool. And as you can see, it's a very cool kind of like Wordle, where you got to guess the number. It tells you, is it right or is it in the right place? So you may have seen that before. I believe that's still a popular game, but this is a number version. And of course, here's your sheets to try it, along with a free pencil, Faber-Castell. Let's do this. Do we have another square battery? I don't think we do. We'll try that in a moment. Do we have another one? Okay, great. So it looks like we've got another one. This is not an endorsement for Amazon, though, for our purposes here, it will work out. And it looks like what may have happened is, I'm going to put this in here now, is that something a little bit different from today's electronics, modern electronics, different. And I'm going to leave this off. I'm going to leave the case off here in one moment. I'll explain more about that. Is that back in the day, electronics, one, were not powerable, chargeable by USB. Two, they weren't as good as today's, in that if you let that battery in and you let the on button on, it would immediately drain your battery forever. And I'm not going to name names, Jerry, but it looks like one of us here in the gallery, when they went to test it, did exactly that. So now that we've got a new fresh battery, let's see what happens. We can turn it on. Oh, it's doing something. You see those lights are flashing? Does it make noise? Alright, so I'm not going to play this game on the camera for you. You can figure that out yourself. But it looks like, so I think the R is reset. And so it has compiled a number in its little brain there. And I think what I do is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, enter. Oh, okay, so 2 appears to be a correct number, and maybe it's in the correct place, I don't know. So I would write it down on this sheet, and then I guess again, how about, if I knew one, two, how about 2, 5, 6, 7? What does that tell me? Something more. All right, so you can figure out, oh, okay, so 2 is a correct number, and it's in the correct sequence. All right, so there's a little fun game here. This will explain it better, so luckily it comes with that. And as I promised, so now I'm going to turn it off. We are not going to ship it with the battery involved. I'm going to take that out and hand that to someone who is not Jerry. I'll hand that back, and I'm going to put this case back on. But I want you to notice that I don't think it's busted. I don't think it's broken. I think it's just very, very hard to get this back out again. Because essentially what you have to do is reach in there. They probably even suggest, I would not be surprised if they suggest in the instructions, yeah, they do, a flat edge screwdriver or a coin. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to stress these too much on camera, but now that you know, I'm going to pop it back into place, and it's ready to go. It's going to go with the paperwork. We might wrap some of this in some bubble wrap, just to keep it from floating around inside the box. And of course, free Faber-Castell balance pencil. Eraser, not so good, but we'll throw that in there for you. So that is it for the Comp 4. Let's move right on to this guy. This is the Merlin, and he looks almost like a cell phone out of the 80s, what we would call perhaps a mobile or a car phone even back then. You can see this. I have it on its side. It would look so much nicer floating it up like this, but I can guarantee you it's going to fall over. And I don't want you to see that. It falling to its destruction before you get a chance to do that yourself. We're going to spin it around here so you can see all the way around the box, looking so pretty, so nice. We're going to get a couple of shots of it for the catalog from all different angles. Look at that. Looks just like a cell phone right there, but it isn't. It's some kind of game. What does it do? I don't know. It probably comes with the instructions. So we will find out what's inside here. I'm going to open it up. Hopefully it's got some instructions. Yes, it does. So we can become masters of the Merlin. Hopefully this little dog here does not curtail our ability to learn everything there is about 1970s/80s electronics. Very cool looking piece. As I said, it does look like a car phone from the 80s. It is huge. Let's start spinning it around so you can see it. We'll get some shots for the catalog. And you can see it is nice and red. A little bit of maroon on the back. I want to get some good shots of this molded printing there. And so now you've seen it all the way around. Typically, again, we don't ship with the batteries in this, but we will show you if it works, because I want to find out. So, first things first, this is a little bit misleading on there. I do want to get a shot. There we go. That. It's a little bit misleading. You want to pry it with something. It doesn't. It just slides along that plane. You know, all it would have taken, I think, is just an arrow molded in there to let you know, just, whoop, there we go. But no, instead you struggle for hours. So I'm going to show you the inside here, and it requires over 700 batteries. These are, what are these? These are AA batteries, but look at that. I'm touching it because it is not soaked in acid. A lot of times, electronics like this from the 70s, 80s, you know how rusted out they get. I'm not seeing that. It looks clean. It looks nice. I do not believe our consignor took the time to clean it out or anything like that, so I believe that's just how it was. They took care of it nicely and didn't leave batteries in for decades and decades. So when you are done, I can't tell the difference between positive and negative. Like a child. There we go. And what we're going to do, we're just going to put all of these in, and we will take them out when we're done, Jerry. But now this weighs over 700 pounds. It has 6 batteries in it, AA, and after all that work, man, I hope it does something. So we slide that on. That's the other weird thing. You want to be able to just slide it from all the way. You can't, because it has these on it. So you put it halfway there and then slide it. So now you're aware and I'm aware. Oh, it did something. It did something, but like a maniac, I was talking over it. So let's turn it off and we'll do it again. There we go. So it made some kind of noise. And you can see that one light is blinking. Now, this is a red phone from the 80s. I may have just started a nuclear war. I hope that is not the case, but if it is, we're still going to finish this out. Here's the instructions. It lets you know that we can do, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, so I guess we can play some songs on it. All right, what was that one? Clementine. Is this 2? Yeah. Nope. Okay, we are not in that mode, so it looks like we're not going to do that. I don't even know what cockles and mussels is. We're going to move on. What else can we do? We can echo. Don't know what that means. You know what? It's probably a lot like Simon Says. Don't know, but it's something that you can certainly do. Blackjack. And that explains this little button right here. The hit me button. Okay, don't know what that was. Sounds good. What else can we do? We can, this does an amazing amount of things for 1978. This is pretty exceptional. Tic-tac-toe, the music machine that we just saw. Let's turn it around, see what you got on the back here. Oh boy. A magic square, I don't know what that is. Here's a thing that allows you to become a dentist for Cobra, and then shave your head and wear a vest over your body. What else we got here? So some pretty cool stuff. I am never going to take the time to learn all of this and play it, but man, one of you, whoever wins this, is, and that's going to be very, very cool. So you've seen that it does whatever it is that I'm doing here. It certainly makes cool noise. Uh-oh. Those have stayed lit. So I'm going to pretend like that's not happening because I'm frankly afraid of this machine now. I'm going to show you one nice little setup for the catalog. Maybe like this. We'll pose it a little bit. I see that. We'll fix that a little bit and show you the back, because this intrepid gentleman is not afraid to use it, and hopefully you won't be either, despite it flashing. Now, to keep it from flashing, if it will allow me to, I will take those batteries out before sending it. If it doesn't, and it becomes sentient and keeps me from taking the batteries out, well, I guess you'll hear about that on the news. But that does it for the Merlin, the electronic wizard, and we are going to move on to this piece right here. What is it? Well, I will tell you, it is perhaps my favorite piece in this entire grouping. This is the Packery Monster. Now, I know you might look at that and go, what is that, a Pac-Man? No, it is not a Pac-Man. What are you thinking? That is copyrighted. That's the product, or the intellectual property of someone else. This, my friends, is Packery Monster. Not to be confused with, look at that, that's entirely different than Pac-Man. We're going to spin it around here so you can see it from every which way. This Packery Monster, not Pac-Man at all. And you can see the box is in pretty good shape. I hope the electronics inside are in as good a shape, because this is a pretty cool piece. Obviously playing off the Pac-Man of that era, which is a pretty popular toy, or at least a game at that time. I'm going to open it up for you so we can see what is inside. Very excited, so let's open it up and check it out. Oh, there's some instructions. So I'll show you those. Very cool. Obviously translated kind of poorly, precaution to be taken. These are not ghosts, they are bogeys, and coward bogeys. This is a Packery Monster. It is not a Pac-Man. 90-day limited warranty, and I do want to remind you folks, that may have passed. We may be past the 90 days, as this came out in, I see a year, I don't see any copyright information, but I'm going to say the early 80s, perhaps even the late, oh, there it is, 1981 from Bandai America. And one thing that we know is that Bandai would not ever steal intellectual property from Pac-Man. That is why this is Packery Monster. And also we know that they like Chick-fil-A. So we're going to open this up. All right, it does come with the original styrofoam, and that is promising, although it looks like the top part has cracked. That's less promising. And we've got, here it is, Bandai Electronics Packery Monster. So I'm going to spin that around for you as well. You need to see it from every possible angle. No, you probably don't. Are we going to do it for you anyway? Yeah, because some of you might like to see it, and we certainly aim to please. You can see it does have an AC adapter port as well. I don't know what what voltage and amperage it requires. It's probably in the electronics, which, if you'll recall, back in the 70s and 80s, even for little things like this, were much, much more technical. So it may say that in there, I don't know. And if not, I'm sure you can look it up. So we'll show you. I'm going to go loose here for a moment while we get a top shot of it right there, so you can see exactly what that screen looks like. And we'll do the same. I don't want to put it on its face because of that little joystick. I don't want to stress it at all, he says as he drops it. But I do want you to be able to see the front and back, so we're going to move it like that manually. And then we'll come right back. So now I'm going to show you the batteries. So now we're going to get to what really matters, and that is, does it work? So we've acquired 4 fresh new AA's. We're going to put them right in there, and we are going to see what happens with this one. There we go. All right, put that lid back on, and the moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Ho-ho! All right, so there we go. So it gives you a little demo screen. Very cool. Let's try it. So I think this is how many we've got, and I think that's us. Definitely an entirely different music that does not violate copyright of what, Namco, I believe, was the original. Oh, I got 8. There we go. Uh-oh. Wait, does that mean I can eat him? I don't know who ate who. Either way. Oh, no, I guess I ate him. Oh, man, this is fun. And now he ate me. So you get the idea. I'm just happy to have been able to play this thing. And it is a testament. We're going to turn it off, and I'm going to put it back away. Sadly, I'd love to own this, but I can't. We're not allowed to bid on items here in, there we go, in our own auction. And I just do want to say that this is a testament to our consignor who took care of this for 50 some odd years. It is in beautiful condition. It is in great shape. It still works. It still plays. I never had one of these, but could I tell you where my Atari is growing up? No, I could not. I guess Mom tossed it out 1,000 years ago. So the fact that this exists at all, much less has the game, the original insert, even if it is cracked, along just that piece of styrofoam, the instructions, and the box. Wow, that is just amazing to me. So hats off to our consigners for keeping these things in great condition all these years. You're going to get this, and hold on to your horses. We have one more piece. You're going to get them all. This one is for you Mego fans out there. This is the Minivid Break 3. Now, what is it? I don't know. It's probably like a Pong, or perhaps like a Breakthrough, but the fact that it seems to have 2 players lends me to believe that only speed and skill can help you break free from the electronic force field. What does that mean? Now I know even less. I understand even less what's going on. So let's show you around the box first. Do you care about the box? Maybe. But it has that box, which is amazing. You see the Mego Corporation logos on it right there. This was part of their electronic series that they began realizing that that's where the toy market was going, and they were not wrong. So understanding that kids would eventually move away from toys and start moving more into electronics, a lesson that sadly I don't think Mattel and Hasbro even entirely understand, but Marty Abrams knew what he was doing back then and decided to move out into these. Handheld electronics were just the pinnacle of the market back then before consoles took over, and now, wouldn't you know it, we're back to handhelds in the form of games on your device. So here's what's happening there. You got your Sea Battle, your Break Free, your Space War, and your Dodge City Gunfight. What does those do? I don't know. But let's open it up and see what's inside. Maybe we'll find out. Oh, that's impressive. That's telling that the original styrofoam is still in there. If I can get it out without breaking it. So that's always a plus. You can see that right there. I'll show you with the original styrofoam. Do you need to see that? Do you care about that? Probably not. I'm going to show you around 360 on this as well. Just so you can see all the way around, all the different sides. You see that it's not cracked, not broken, not bruised. Looking pretty good. I hope it works. We're going to find out in a moment. But we'll spin it around. You can see roughly the size and shape, about 5 inches there, about 8 inches there. So all around looking pretty good. And now we're going to test it out. I'll show you the front. I don't want to do that. There we go. We'll show you that. Plus it gives that nice gradient right there. It looks beautiful. It looks so 80s. I'm going to have that in the catalog. It's going to look now. Oh, look at that, folks. So it looks like the battery cover might be missing. We will, of course, check through this consignment again to make sure it didn't get thrown in a box, lost somewhere. But as of right now, assume that that's unfortunate, but it appears to be missing that. And now I'm going to show you, where's our on-off switch? Right here. So what we'll do is we'll test it for now. We are not going to ship it with the batteries, but we will include them, or we will see if it works. And where do we go? Oh, I don't like these kind of switches. But you got to be careful with these that it doesn't snap off. You have to push it in and then slide it up, and that can get... Okay, it's doing something. Oh boy. I don't know what game this is, but we're going to play it. We'll let it play itself. I don't know what's happening right there. Is it like Pong? Wait, it's showing us this way, 62. So is that how you play it? All right, so I don't know what's happening here, and unfortunately this one does not come with instructions, though I'm positive you can look this up online. It is still very cool, the Minivid fluorescent, and I got a 62, so I probably have high score. So I'm very excited about that. I don't want to slide this around too much. We'll go to the reset. I'm always cautious about breaking that off. I do not want to do that. Oh, this is cool. So now that does look like Breakout. Oh, I see. You move that thing. Oh, okay, okay. I get it. It is Breakout. Oh! One of my favorite Atari games back in the day. Oh, oh no. Did I win? Nope. Alright, so you get the idea here. I guess you win if you get them all. I don't know. I'm probably not going to find out. But I would like you to see what happens. Because not all of you are going to win it. Only one of you is going to be the high bidder. So I want you to all see what could happen. There we go. We're so close. Oh. Oh, he tricked me right there. So close. All right, well, I don't think you're going to be able to see what happens today, folks, but whoever it is that wins it is certainly going to be able to find out, and that flashing in the camera is giving me a headache, so we're going to call it a day on this one. And that is going to be it, folks. All right, so we've turned it off so we can take out the battery. And you're going to get everything you see right here. So you're going to get the mini vid, you're going to get the styrofoam, and you're going to get the box to go with it. The mini vid break free. So you're going to get this guy right here. I'll put him back in the case for you. Man, somebody out there, I'm jealous, but somebody out there is going to get a really cool electronics lot right here. If you are a fan of the 80s, if you are a fan of handheld games, of vintage electronics, of me holding the camera still, there we go, then you are going to really enjoy this lot. You're going to get all 4 of these pieces, including the Merlin, the Pac-Ray Monster, and the Comp 4. You're going to get all 4 vintage pieces. Oh, let's turn that right side up. You're going to get all 4 pieces for one money, one lot, one way to get it, and that's to head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com, where you can leave those pre-bids right now or join us live on auction day. Either way, we're going to see you at the auction.